Hello everybody and welcome to Gene's Reviews from a regular dude, where I do trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, I review YouTube channels, occasionally I'll review a movie, but really, I just do whatever the hell I want. Hello everybody, welcome to Gene's Reviews from a regular dude, down in the basement. Today we're doing some crazy moments caught on Dashcam. This can get kind of nuts. Let's check this out. This is from Fact Faction, is the name of the channel. Seven craziest moments
Dashcams
caught
are
on
increasingly
Dashcam.
popular as drivers use them for a host of practical reasons: to protect themselves from theft, report bad drivers, and as evidence in an accident. But sometimes these cameras capture events so sudden and unexpected that you simply wouldn't have time to reach for a smartphone or camera. Today, we'll be looking at some of the craziest moments ever caught on dashcams. The truth is out there, and out there may actually be Russia. On November 14, 2014, a driver in the rural town of Rez, Russia, captured a truly bizarre phenomenon on his dashcam. Just after 6:30 p.m., the car travels along a dark, nearly deserted road in the Russian Urals, its dashcam filming the tree and snow-lined lane ahead. No one on that quiet roadway is prepared for what's about to happen above them.
Wow. That would freak me right out. I think there was some kind of explosion or something.
An enormous, bright flash suddenly lights up the entire night sky, beginning as a faint orange glow and intensifying into a glowing yellow before fading away. Locals in the area were stunned after witnessing the sky ablaze. The flash only lasted.
Okay, all you science people out there, what was that?
Lasted about 10 seconds, but it was captured on several cameras, including widely circulated cell phone footage.
Whoa!
Yeah, that is that's outrageous. That's crazy.
Тише! Я это снимаю! Это что? Слушайте, это вообще что было? Я заснял!
However, even with the video recordings to study, it seemed no one could offer a reasonable explanation for this sudden, mysterious event. One possible explanation for the flash was the Aurora Borealis, commonly called the Northern Lights, which had been visible farther south than normal in some areas of Russia over the same weekend. But scientists couldn't point to that explanation with certainty. Another suggested explanation was that a meteor had caused
That's
the
kind of
flash.
what I was thinking.
On February 15th of the previous year, the Chelyabinsk meteor had entered the Earth's atmosphere over Russia. This event had also lit up the sky, although because the Chelyabinsk meteor had entered the atmosphere during daylight hours, it was easier to identify. The pattern of the flash in Rez was harder to explain. Internet detectives suggested a broad range of other theories, including secret military projects and extraterrestrial visitors.
I
Had
think
a
it was a
nuclear weapon
meteor.
test gone wrong? Had a UFO burned up in the Earth's atmosphere? Was this some unprecedented weather event? Despite the widespread conjecture, the Russian government has never declared an official explanation for what many call the Yekaterinburg fireball. So what really happened that night is anyone's guess.
I don't know. That's crazy.
This next driver's dashcam footage captured not just one shocking event, but two. In the summer of 2015, Typhoon Sodalor ravaged Taiwan, China, the Mariana Islands, and Japan. On August 9th, a man and woman in Tainan City, Taiwan, found themselves in the middle of some increasingly dangerous weather brought on by the tropical cyclone.
Wind. A lot of wind.
Without warning, a powerful tornado tears through the area, jerking the cars forward
Came from out
and
of
throwing
nowhere.
debris everywhere before continuing its devastating path down the road. When the air clears, the dash cam reveals something even more incredible than the sudden
Someone's sitting
cyclone.
there on the road.
To the right of the car, a woman sits upright in the wake of the twister, having been pulled into the violent storm and deposited in the street as the tornado sped away. The driver rushes to check on her. Unbelievably, the woman stays upright and responds to the driver. She is conscious and able to talk just moments after she's been in the eye of the storm. The woman in the video, who was not named, was seriously injured. The others at the scene only suffered minor injuries from this unbelievable experience. It just goes to show that at a moment's notice, Mother Nature can turn very nasty.
And there she is. That it could have picked her up a mile down the road, and she was in it the whole way.
Upholding the law is an important job, but unfortunately, even police aren't immune from breaking the rules of the road. On August 15, 2019, a police officer in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was involved in a car crash in his cruiser. But the detail that made the story especially newsworthy was dashcam video of the accident, which revealed that just before the moment of impact, the officer had been breaking a very simple rule. The road is not very busy as the officer cruises along, but as he drives, he is also texting, glancing away from the road and down to his phone several times. This part of the footage is shocking, but what?
I won't even answer my phone if I'm driving. I'll pull over to the side of the road if I can pull over. If not, I'll just call back later when I can get pulled over.
Happens next blows the texting out of the water.
Sync will attempt to call 911. If you wish to cancel the call, please hold the phone button.
Though the officer's behavior is dangerous, the crash is the fault of the other driver in an SUV who crosses the median and suddenly slams into the cruiser. The airbag deploys as the police car spins to a stop. The officer struggles for a moment before getting out of the vehicle and calling emergency services. Thankfully, neither the officer nor the driver of the other car was seriously injured, though the officer did go to the hospital to be checked out following the crash. It was not clear what caused the other driver to jump the curb and slam into the cruiser, but that driver was found at fault for the wreck, even though the officer had been quite distracted himself. If he hadn't been texting, the officer may have been able to avoid the collision altogether. The texting officer was not named by the Tulsa Police Department. A review board does exist within the department to investigate officer-involved accidents, but the results of such investigations are kept private. Hopefully, if the officer did keep his job, he is doing it more carefully these days.
Yeah, really.
Before you try breaking the law, it helps to make sure you aren't being filmed. Two men in the UK learned this lesson the hard way in July 2017 when their attempt at an insurance scam was caught from start to finish on their would-be victim's dashcam. As a woman drives down a suburban street, a man appears on the left and guides a scooter onto the road in front of her. But rather than getting on the scooter and driving forward, the man rams the scooter backwards into the front of the woman's car, then throws himself onto the hood.
What the hell? What the hell, you idiot? Oh my God!
It's a good thing she's got a dash cam.
Immediately, the second scammer, acting as though he just happened to be walking by, begins filming the scene on his phone. The setup would have been perfect for getting a big insurance payout if only the trick hadn't been caught on video. As the driver gets out of her car to confront the men, they begin to argue with her, insisting she's at fault. But when she says the magic words, "I've got a camera," pointing to her dash cam, the scammers immediately make a run for it, disappearing down the road as the woman phones the police.
Either their faces, really.
You
Well, the one guy. That's too bad. She should have just played dumb, got the police there, and then saying, "Oh, I got a dash cam. Let's check out the dash cam."
Police. Oh my God. Oh my God, there's these idiots.
The only downside to this story? If the woman had waited until police arrived to reveal the dash cam, the scammers would have been caught red-handed instead of escaping on foot. Nevertheless, this video does a great job at showing how a dash cam can potentially get drivers out of sticky and nefarious situations.
What the hell? What the hell, you idiot? Oh my God. Oh my God. What the hell are you doing?
People, man.
Drivers in Clearwater, Florida got quite a shock on November 19, 2017. Just after 10 in the morning, two police dash cams captured the moment a single-engine plane made an emergency landing on the highway.
I've seen stuff like this before.
The officers who were in the area on an unrelated call were able to respond within seconds as the plane crept lower and lower toward the road, ultimately clipping the top of a small tree and coming to a shaky stop at the edge of the highway. Pilot Mark Allen Benedict and his passenger Gregory Genny walked away from the sudden crash landing with no injuries.
Good pilot.
Amazingly, no one on the ground was hurt either. Benedict said that shortly after takeoff, engine trouble had caused him to make the emergency landing on the roadway. With no injuries or major property damage to report, this was definitely a best-case scenario for a plane crash. Most people believe they are safe in their own homes, but this next video shows how a freak accident can quickly turn into a disaster. On April 7, 2018, police were called to a residential area in Hurst, Texas, after a vehicle crashed into a home and hit a gas line. In a situation which at first seemed unfortunate but routine, officers arrived at the scene, not expecting what was to come.
Don't know.
There were 3 people inside the house at the time of the crash: Dixie Bridges, her husband Charles, and their adult son. The footage shows the moment Officer Travis Heiser pulls up outside the home and exits his vehicle. So far, everything seems normal, but as the officer approaches the front yard, without warning, the house suddenly explodes.
His reaction's pretty damn quick. See how quick
The
he ran?
violent explosion was also captured on 2 other officers' body cams.
That's good.
Whoa.
God damn it. .339 to Hurst, the house just exploded.
Though the officers were shell-shocked, they immediately entered the residence and were able to rescue all 3 of the victims. 61-year-old Dixie Bridges had been injured by the crash itself and was reportedly burned on over half her body from the explosion. Her husband Charles was also burned as he tried to help her get out of the house, and their adult son, who was in the back of the home at the time of the crash, was mildly injured trying to help get his parents out safely. 2 of the responding officers also suffered minor injuries, while the driver of the SUV, Arnulfo Castro, walked away unscathed. Castro was arrested for driving without a license, but he, like the others, was lucky to walk away from the explosion
Driving without a license. I thought they was going to say DWI.
with his life. When things go wrong on the road, they go wrong fast. Auto enthusiast James Shaw Jr. shared terrifying dashcam footage from a ride he took along the Angeles Crest Highway on January 4, 2015. Behind the wheel of a 2004 Subaru Forester XT, Shaw winds around the snowy mountainside, then approaches a tunnel. As he exits one tunnel and enters another, he increases his speed, but soon after loses control of the vehicle.
You don't know what's on the other side of that tunnel. Turn. You're screwed, buddy. Oh no!
With the car out of control, Shaw hits the brakes hard, but it was too late. He speeds over the cliff edge, crying out as he tumbled down the side of the mountain. It looked like a death sentence, but in a stroke of unbelievable luck, Shaw's car did not fall all the way down the side. It came to rest on a drainage pipe jutting out from the side of the cliff. Rescue crews arrived quickly, and Shaw was pulled from the car, not seriously injured. One of the rescuers was actor Lou Ferrigno, famous for portraying the Incredible Hulk in the 1977 TV series. Celebrity sightings really do happen everywhere in Los Angeles. Shaw shared the video on his social media channels, hoping to inspire others to practice safe driving. He certainly won't need a reminder himself.
If it would have happened in Louisiana, or they say Louisiana, might have been Steven Seagal. He was a cop there for a while.
Anytime soon.
There you go.
Which one of these videos did you find the most?
I like watching stuff like that. Some of that stuff's pretty crazy. I don't know, I'm guilty of driving too fast around corners. I went around a corner coming home from my play one night. I had one of those little Pontiac Fieros. And I mean, they're quick off the line, but they're not very fast on the run. But I was coming around a corner too fast, and I started to hydroplane, and I spun like 3 times right in the middle of the road. But it's like midnight, no one on the road, but it was a really windy canyon, Logan Canyon. I ended up stopped facing the other direction. I was like, okay, I think I'm going to slow down now. Time for a joke. Someone stole my mood ring the other day. I don't know how I feel about it. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hashtag Mean Gene, all that fun stuff. And if you like this video, tell all your friends, leave a comment down below. And if you didn't like it, then just shut up. And I will see you next time.